Hi everyone, this is Joe, but you can call me Jojo. So, this is my first episode of my new channel. I'm just gonna be drawing for an hour with my red pencil, which I love very much. I'm a traditional artist who went into CG work, and I kind of miss the old traditional stuff. So I feel like this is gonna be a nice little fun experiment to just keep drawing these things. I actually was drawing some boards at church, and people would tell me, hey, why don't you draw a couple of drawings on the internet, and we would watch them. And at that moment, everybody in my life that told me that kind of just came at me, and I'm like, okay, God, this is probably something you want me to do, so let's do this. Right here, basically I'm trying to figure out what kind of character to draw, and this is a nice little tip for you guys. It's pretty simple. I mean, it's really easy. All you have to do is think about something you want to draw. It's either going to be a animal, an alien. You can do it of any kind of product or vegetable or food. Once you get that category down of what exactly you want, I chose a rhino. I started trying to develop a story, like what would he be doing? What kind of era, or where do you want to put him? Is he does he fly an X-wing? Is he a janitor? Is he maybe he's a doctor? So you give him a role. So right now I finally decided, you know what? I just heard something about a game called Monster Hunters. So I thought it'd be cool, make him a dragon hunter. You know what I mean? So right now I'm getting my stuff, and I'm kind of speeding through this whole video now. So we're gonna start off. Usually I like to do some exercises. Like right here, you see me basically getting my paper ready, and I usually do some soft circles and maybe some soft line work just to get myself, it's sort of like dipping your toe in the pool, as they say. I don't know if they say that, but so yeah, there you go. You can see the way I'm holding the pencil. Usually, when I start, I like to hold it very loosely. I was in figure drawing class, and this is how they had us draw figures. And it was just holding it lightly like that. And when you do this, you basically it extends your forearm to your pencil, and it's less about your fingers, and you can do some very nice swoops, very nice blocking lines and shapes. Once I get into more detail, I start moving over to the second way of like that. There you go, you saw that. This is more for more finer detail, more chicken scratch stuff. So I'll interchange between both of them. Right there is basically a block out. I was trying to figure out what position to put my rhino in. I kind of had him coming off the top left side. But now what I'm trying to do here is trying to figure out, how to position my shot. What's happening in this scene. I start talking about it right here, but you can't hear it. Maybe I'm thinking about releasing a 20-minute version and an hour-long version. The hour-long version is basically you get more information, but I don't know if most people want to hear an hour long. But it's there. If enough people ask for it, I'll put them out. Just raw and uncut, So here you see, I had this vision of like an X. I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if I had this giant X on the page, and it's an X built out of the two characters fighting. As you can see, I do a quick gesture line of the rhino. It's just one line. A gesture line is basically it kind of sets the momentum for your character. It's in like if he's picking something up, you might do a nice little curled in character, as opposed to somebody who's proud, who basically you curl it back out the other way. So using this technique, it kind of guides the rest of your character's body language in that way. It's always good to do that. You guys should look up gesture line drawing or gesture drawing in general. It's a nice foundational tool to have in your toolkit. So here I'm starting to put like maybe thinking about the lighting or in what direction. Oh yeah, actually this is a technique I use. It's basically I call it the underwear technique, where you draw underwear, and like basically you either draw underwear or you draw like an undershirt, and you can get the basic form out right there at the top right. I was drawing that a little bit right there to show you guys, and it kind of shows you where in 3D space his body's angled. And then afterward you can go back and erase it. So if you think about like those old like action figures, like the old ones where you pop off the legs and the arms, think of it like that, as well. That helped me a lot when I understood about like how to draw a 3D character in space. So right here I'm basically just trying to feel out how my dragon's gonna look like, what my rhino looks like. You know, I'm just doing hour-long segments, probably 40 minutes, in order just to like have fun with this. You know, if this was a professional gig, I wouldn't go straight into action pose. I'd definitely work on my character, do some turntables kind of thing, different sides of them, and then like for the dragon as well as for the rhino. Then from there I would try to pick out a shot, so I'll do some storyboards. But this is just kind of just freehand, you know, just coming off the top of my mind, the top of my head. So here you see me darkening some lines, trying to describe exactly what all that mangled mess of line work is. You always try to make sure you describe things very well. Don't leave things hanging. People like to know what it is and not just kind of like this jumbled mess of lines. I hate that. I usually go back in with the pen and just show exactly where everything is and what it is. But for this video, actually, I just left it with the red pencil. Oh, my wife's calling me. Let's see. So right here we got the basic outline. It was a little difficult trying to do a rhino. I mean, they have like this giant hump, so I kind of wanted to keep that a little bit in this back, so it was kind of difficult for me a little, but I think I got it packed in pretty well. So yeah, these red pencils that I like to buy, if you guys are curious, they're called I can never say the name. Ticonderoga. You see, I'm supposed to be educated. What's up with this? Ticonderoga. Ticonderoga. Yes, you've seen them. They're the yellow ones. Like, they make the yellow ones too, which they're known for that one. But the red ones are awesome. So check them out. I'm an idiot. Somehow I made it. By the way, a little background on what I used to work on. Basically, I've worked in movies and video games, and I worked at Lucasfilms for a little bit. I've worked on Avatar. The new ones are coming out. I worked on Uncharted 4, a video game. I worked on a Frozen poster when it came out. So I've been all over. I made toys. You know what I mean? So getting back to, but it's all been CG, 3D modeling, which is fun. But man, this is awesome. Creating stuff is one of my passions for sure. In fact, I wanted to make a movie, a couple cartoons, but it just takes so much work, and you know, maybe one day I'll get to it. You know, things take a lot longer than you think. You know, I try, trust me, and trying to get the resources. It's definitely gonna be a labor of love. Let's see. So right here, I added a bird because you know, you always try to add a little, take something from reality and maybe exaggerate it. So this bird, you know, if you ever see Lion King, or have you seen just nature documentaries, more than anything taken from nature, they have like these birds that help. They have like a symbiotic relationship with the rhinos, and the rhinos basically allow these birds to peck at them because they're pecking off the ticks and the parasites, and the birds get a free lunch and they get a free ride. So it works out both ways, you know. So I thought this bird, when I was trying to pull this whole thing together, could be his best friend. He could be like surveying the area, and then once he finds a dragon in the middle of the night, he goes back to his rhino master and tells him he's over there, over there, you know. As well as maybe provide support, maybe peck at the dragon's eye or something. So this rhino here, I'm starting to like flesh it out a little bit more, get that line work in, and I started trying to dress him with maybe some kind of like, I was thinking like a samurai, kind of like the flaps they have on the sides, with some kind of helmet. On the helmet, you'll see me put like these studs. I try to keep, there's a thing called rhythm in art, and what you want to do is keep the same shapes, like theme all around, and it kind of ties the whole thing together. So this means if you have, like, let's say example, 3 studs, you put them on the helmet, you put them on the shoes, put them on the gloves. by having those 3 studs all the way around, you create like this sense of unity, and it just makes it so much cooler, man. Let me see what else goes on. No, it looks like a mess, but I promise you it'll come together. It's coming together. It's just right now I'm building the. See me sharpening my red pencil with my knife, because that sharpener is not good. I think I gotta throw it away. That thing's been with me for, man, it's been like 7 years, and it finally doesn't work correctly. Okay, so you see me adding more detail. He has a spear, this trusty spear of truth. And so what I was imagining is this dragon basically takes a bite, tries to bite him, and the rhino is too quick for him because he's done this before, and he jumps out of the way. But as he jumps out of the way, he manages to cut the dragon's lip, and you'll see that the dragon cries a little bit, a little tear on him. It's sad, you know, poor dragon. But you know, this rhino's gotta take this guy out. Somebody probably paid him. Maybe one of the villagers got tired of the dragon eating their sheep. Maybe, and it's caused like famine in the land. You know, these dragons, you know, they're known for doing that. Okay. And bear with me, guys. This is my first time ever doing a YouTube video and having to talk over it. So I promise you, if you allow me, I will get way better at this. Let's see. So yeah, here we go. I'm just tightening up the line weights here, trying to figure out what to put on the top of his helmet. And I decided I'm gonna make it another horn just to get it that rhythm. So 1, 2, maybe a couple horns, make it smaller. You know, with the time I had, what I would have done is what I wish I would have done. I would have gone on Google and just typed in helmets and got more research done. This whole thing would have came out a lot better if I had more reference. Trust me, always look for reference. It's so important, because you might think you know what things look like, or you know what to dress your character with, but reality is there's so much out there that we don't know. Especially, like, I remember having this lesson when my teacher, he asked everybody, do you guys know what a candle looks like? And we're like, yeah, we know what a candle looks like. No, you don't. Shut up. And I was stunned, like, what do you mean? Everyone knows what a candle looks like. And basically what he meant was the details of a candle. The way, when it comes to modeling, we need to know the inner workings of it, like the subsurface scattering. Is there a bump material, you know, that we're gonna have to use for the candle? The little waves, like if you zoom in on the candle, all the little imperfections, and what is the candle sitting on? You know, it's like, so, and that's just a candle. Like, let's take it to an alligator. This guy kind of looks like an alligator. You might think you know what an alligator looks like until you start drawing it. It's like, whoa, well, how many teeth does he have? Or like, what kind of texture is his skin? You know, what kind of blemishes does an alligator have? Or maybe he has tooth decay, you know, or you don't really know until you have reference. And that's one of the things that I did not use here, because I'm just trying to keep it fun and light, and just trying to get something out and see if you guys like it. And if you do, just like and subscribe. You know the deal. You know how YouTube works. I'm new to this whole thing. I'm putting aside time to see if this goes anywhere. Yeah, I've always been an artist. I've always loved to draw, and people always told me, hey, you do awesome like characters. I remember on Facebook, not YouTube, I was doing this barrage of just drawing after drawing, and I was asking people, hey, tell me what to draw, and I draw it, and they loved it, you know. So that was a blast, you know. Let's see. I'm not a conventional artist, I guess. I'm very messy, very like to experiment. Okay, and so yeah, there's a lot to learn when it comes to drawing. I used to go to Barnes and Nobles, man. There's some around, but back then they were everywhere, man. Barnes and Nobles, Walden Books, and I would just go through every single art book, and only get the ones there's different types of books. You have the books where you have different artists and you're like, wow, that's awesome. And then you got the technique books where they teach you exactly what they're doing. And then you got the books that are like, they teach you the techniques, but they're good reference books to always go back to, you know. I got like especially anatomy books, you know. Try to be careful, kids. Make sure your parents help you. Make sure you don't be looking at some bad anatomy books. But there's some kid ones, and just learning the muscle structure and learning how things compress and like in perspective, you know what I mean? Or if you flex a bicep, how does it fold, you know? Or even like there's also books on, like I was just saying, gestures. Gesture drawing is pretty big in the fundamentals. Learning how to capture the vitality of someone moving or playing basketball. Some people can just do it with 4 lines. I've seen people do it probably with, maybe they could do it with 1 line. You know, it's like, it's crazy, but that would look more real than somebody who drew out the whole body and they put on the baseball hat and put everything, but it doesn't have that feeling of like life. And you can get that with gesture drawing, you know. Or this book that I read, and kind of like my inspiration for doing this big old X shape with my 2 characters. It's called Framed Ink. It's from this guy at DreamWorks. I don't know if he works anymore. I forgot his name, but you can look it up, Framed Ink, and he talks a lot about negative and positive shapes. And that book, oh man, when I read that book, I bought it before it came out. It was just about to come out, and I remember thinking, man, this thing looks awesome. I got it, and as soon as I read it, man, that gave me so many fundamentals that I fell in love with that book, and I was just telling everyone about it, and I definitely recommend it. It's probably like, man, that's quick. 7 years old now, man. But it's some of the best. It talks about negative and positive space, silhouettes. Which the thing about people is they like easy reads. So if you can make it clear, so like if you took a silhouette of my Rhino, it's a lot of fun shapes in there that you're not paying attention, negative and positive shapes that I'm doing it subconsciously now, but back then I wouldn't know what to do. Let me see. Okay, so right here I'm tightening up everything. Boom, boom, boom. The bird comes to life. He's rising up. Oh, this is gonna be, oh man. There's so many things I could fix on this, but you know, as artists, we're worst critics. Boom, boom. Adding the T. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe, like I said, I'll be drawing a couple, and then maybe at the end of the month, if I do like some kind of voting thing where everybody can vote on one, and I'll take it to the final product. I'll make sure I'll take it to Photoshop, and I'll make a video of how to color it and how to do the line work on it. Boom, boom. Adding like basically like little lumps and detail for scale. See that rhythm I created with the studs? I put it on his helmet, then I put it on his his legs right there. I put it on his ankle, or sorry, his shin guards. That creates rhythm. You definitely have to try to implement that wherever you can. Sometimes it's a shape, it's an angle of a line. If you keep, wish I could show you, but. And I added a branch because I'm thinking maybe this guy's. I started thinking, where is he? Oh, maybe he's coming off a tree. Maybe he was hiding in a tree. I mean, dragons are really tall, and he just jumped off of it. And you got the nice moon in the back to kind of. If I would use that as lighting. So if I had this picture and I had to color it, which I have the picture, but I'm not gonna color it, not right now. I would use that moon as a nice little rim light for everybody. I rim light the bird, the dragon, rim light the rhino, and it make it pop. You know what I mean? Boom, boom. And I started shadows on the teeth. I'm almost done with this. But like I said, there are only 40-second segments. So I created 3 characters in 40 seconds. 40 minutes, sorry. 40 minutes. Boom. Good times. And then, yeah, there goes that X. And here we go, finishing up, adding darker lines, the eyeball, adding more lines, showing you where the X is. What happened to my warthog? It just, oh, I pushed it off. I didn't even realize it. Oh man. Don't worry, I'll keep them nice and secure, and I'll stop shaking the table. My setup was really wonky. I gotta definitely fix that. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I'm surprised I still know all this stuff. Like, sometimes you do so much CG that, oh, and I signed it right there. Boom, boom. Always gotta put your signature. And that's that. Thank you guys for watching. I mean, hopefully you learned something through all my babbling. I intend to get a lot better at this. This is first time I do a YouTube video like this. Hopefully I add more cooler stuff, maybe do little contests, get your work in, and I can help you fix it or do something. But thanks for watching, you know, God bless, and please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Till next time. Bye.